This will be the 7th episode in restoring my 72 Super Beetle. In this episode, we're mainly going to be wet sanding certain parts, mainly the hood and the fenders. Now, wet sanding, you get a 400 grit sanding paper on a block, and you'll get water. Then we'll squirt it down and start sanding.
Yeah, we're just using normal water. It's like 90 degrees out here, it's hot, and it's very bright, especially against this white surface right here. It's really, really bright.
It's a gray surface.
Well, it's white right here, that's gray over there. So, technically, it's easier to sand when it's wet.
It makes it smoother.
Yeah.
That way the paint goes on smoother, and the final product will be smoother.
Yes, and we like a smooth vehicle. It just makes it look slicker. We got most of the motor hatch primered. It's ready to be painted.
With wet sanding, it gets all the little scratches from the other sandpapers out of it. That way it's really smooth. You don't see any bumps and lumps and scratches in the final paint.
And sorry if this part of the video is a little blurry. I really can't see with the sun on the camera. Yeah, so if it's blurry, I can't help that. I really can't see. Two episodes ago, we finished sanding these down and putting Bondo on them, or body filler. Even though we don't like putting body filler on stuff, it's just a have to on this one. But in between episodes, we primered all these parts, which 2 episodes ago you'd be able to see what they originally looked like. But you kind of could see on this one what it originally looked like, because it's metal. Same with this one. But we got most of these primered, and they're just about ready to be painted, but we got to primer some more and fix the body filler. However, this one has not been primered yet. We got to do that. There is actually a rust spot on this fender, a really big one. It's a hole, so we'll have to grind that off, possibly fill it with body filler, even though we hate to do that, and then smooth it out some more. We'll be able to fix it that way, because we do not want any rust left on this bug, Super Beetle, even though possibly there's like a couple spots that we're going to have to get manually. So inside of the Super Beetle, there's actually a rust spot right there. We won't be able to grind that out, because if we do, it would catch the whole bug on fire because of all the felt and stuff, and we don't want to risk it. So we're just going to have to figure out something to fill it up with. We're going to fill it up with fiberglass, I've been just informed, not body filler. So that's the only way we could do it. If we were to try grinding it off, it's called like a suicide grinding, wherever you catch the interior on fire, and there's no way of stopping it. It'd be too far gone, so we ain't gonna do that. But it's also mainly welding that could catch on fire, and there's also felt and stuff inside the door panels which will catch on fire, and we are not going to take those out, so we're going to have to deal with it this way.
It's smooth as a baby's bottom.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter which way we sand it, whether we go up or down, side to side, or in a circle, because the grit on the sandpaper is so fine that it doesn't matter. It ends up making it smooth.
Yeah.
Come on, take it. Oh, you may also be wondering why there's two different shades of primer. We used two different primers. The whitish looking one didn't turn out great, or we didn't like using it, or maybe we didn't know how to use it. So we switched over to the darker gray. So yesterday while I was at work, my friend and my coworker, she found a dime in the floor, and she picked it up and she came over to me and she's like, "Look, I found 3 pennies. I'm rich. Look, I found 3 pennies. I'm rich." Look, I found 3 pennies. I'm rich. Which is a reference to our other video where I found 3 pennies. So, shout out to my friend Allie. Hi, Allie. For being a supporter of the channel and being my friend.
So this is our sand blaster, but we don't use it because it takes up too much sand, and it also doesn't really work that well as we wanted it to. So we just manually sand it with sandpaper. It's a whole lot easier. There's a pit there and also a scratch. So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do to fix it?
I'm gonna try and sand it out with the wet sander.
Yeah. What happened there?
I went a little too far.
Uh,
I'll see what Dad says we need to do about it. I'll remember that spot.
We got done sandblasting some of these parts. Like this area, we sandblasted down here. We took off the door handles in the last episode. Then we sandblasted around here. In this area, we sandblasted. We sandblasted down here, all the way over here. Then we got this tied off because we took out the door handle and the door lock. So it'll fly open. Then we also sandblasted over here, and you can tell where we sandblasted by the fact that there is no paint right there. So we got most of this sandblasted, but there's sand all on the ground here from where we sandblasted. So we got a new fender well from a guy off of Facebook Marketplace. He actually sold the part to us. We're gonna have to do some work on it. It's blue, nice and blue, which is totally crazy because I didn't expect it to be blue. But we have some work to do because you can see some surface rust right there. That should be easy to get rid of. And we also have scratches and stuff all in it. And we have the seal right there is broken. We should be able to fix that and everything. So that should be good. And it should be a good replacement for our other ones. We finally got this primered. most of it. You still gotta do some sanding. Still gotta do some sanding on some areas. We bagged these up. Everything on the inside basically except the steering wheel. We actually had to take off the steering wheel. Then there's also a bucket. I don't know what that's for.
I don't wanna miss a beat, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on